So I'm really excited for this week's edition of Doctor Who. From what I've been hearing, there's been a lot of comments, a lot of talk about, how this is going to be one that you need to check out. Like, you need to check it out. Yeah, like, do not wait for iPlayer, etc., etc. So, I don't know, I'm excited, nervous, because, if you're saying this, it makes you worry, like, what's going to happen or whatever, but you know what? I'm ready for this. I'm ready for Doctor Who. And the fact that it's ending next week is breaking my heart, like Series 11. Damn it. I mean, you got the New Year special, but after that, yeah. But last week was a real blast, contrary to, how I thought it was going to go. It was a bit rushed at the end, but overall, I thought the episode was solid, considering, witches are not really particularly my thing. But the story itself was absolutely great, and we got a non-human look. I mean, some might say, it was human looking to an extent, but you have to remember the human forms were basically vessels for these, like, they controlled them, kind of like, I made my crap analogy with the symbiote and the, venom thing, so yeah. But yeah, this is episode 9 of Doctor Who Series 11, which is called It Takes You Away. Like I said, I'm really looking forward to this with, the talk of how, amazing it is and how it's, I've heard people say, it's gonna make you cry, so wonderful, we're back at that stage. Hopefully it's not going to be as painful, if it is to that point. Hopefully it's not going to be as painful as the Doctor falls, because I was completely fine during that, wasn't I? Yeah. But, yeah, I hope it's not, exaggerated the comment about how extraordinary this is, because it kind of sounds like this is going to be like the heaven sent of Series 11. So I'm just hoping that it's not as overhyped as what it seems to be. But yeah, with that said, let's just delve right into episode 9, It Takes You Away, of Doctor Who. I haven't even introduced myself, but it's me. It's Liam Catterson, so yeah. With that said, the extended reaction shall be up on Monday, of course. Let's go. I'm excited.
The top. Stay back.
It's only it's Day of the Doctor all over again.
It's fine.
It's just a sheep.
2018. I thought we'd leapt into the Woolly Rebellion. Sorry, what? The Woolly Rebellion. In 193 years, there's a total renegotiation of the sheep-human relationship. Utter bloodbath.
I've always fancied the idea of Norway.
Well, that's bad news.
Don't know.
I'm sorry.
Help. What's your name?
Not hungry, are you? Because these days I always carry a cheese and pickle sarnie, just for emergencies.
Great.
You carry sandwiches with you every time you leave the target.
Yeah, what? I've learned the hard way, yeah. We can't go
Graham
a
is
long time
the best.
without eating, and I get a bit cranky with the old low blood sugar.
I was going to say, is that person
Yeah.
blind?
Always come prepared.
Who are you people, and how did you get into our house?
Oh.
I'm the Doctor. This is Yaz.
Oh. I feel so bad for her. I mean, she's
What's your name?
blind and all alone.
Hannah.
Are you blind, Hannah?
Seems it.
Please, help me find my dad.
I'm every day.
That's when it hunts.
Hunting time. Uh-oh.
Poor kid.
You're not buying that. Her dad's did her honor and she's making this monster stuff up.
Let's not make any assumptions.
Ryan.
You two, have a look in the shed.
It's a bit of
Let's
a...
check out the house.
It's
Don't
a
be out here
shitty
too
comment
long.
to make, because not every dad's gonna just, waddle off. And I know his past's painful, but
Sometimes.
it's not always the
My dad
case, is
wanted to
it?
change off.
Not a mirror.
Mirror's not a mirror, it's a door. There we go. Holy intensity, Batman.
And not yours.
All right, I was only looking.
Take it easy.
With your hands.
Birdie's lunch. Maybe Gotcha is tea.
Oh, Who are you calling a codger? It's you, stinks of your own wheat.
That's not my wheat.
Let him
my
go.
God.
Because you do not want those words to be your last one.
Ooh.
That is one vicious moth.
So we're now gonna fear moths even more.
Strip the meat off your bones. Luckily,
Great!
anything can be distracted.
Because I like moths anyways. Wait, what? So yeah, he must have went. So well, obviously, but there's no monster.
Hannah!
So it was all orchestrated.
You don't need to be scared. There's no creature out there.
What the? Oh!
An antizone is a thing the universe makes wherever the fabric of space-time is threatened. Like a protected buffer zone to keep threats at bay. And we're in the middle of it. How did you even get here, Ribbet?
Always been here.
He's gonna get it, isn't he? No. There we go. Oh my lord.
Nice and quiet. Now run!
Oh
There's a riot!
Being abducted.
She's a teenager. There's food in the freezer. She's fine without me.
There's a monster on the loose in the woods
Really?
outside your house.
No,
no.
there isn't.
You
Yeah.
seem very sure about that.
It's just recording so she doesn't go out up into the hills.
You
So
turned your
that's
house
the
into
reason-
a fortress
wow.
to keep your daughter scared.
To keep her safe while I'm gone.
That is a shocking bit of parenting.
But
You
that's
knew you were coming here.
invoking fear.
Why
That's
did you make the bear
shit.
traps?
Mirror married.
No. Trine is Hannah's mum.
Wait, what?
Hannah's mum's dead.
In your world I am, but
No.
not here. What do you do?
To mirror what?
Is
Oh.
this some kind of alternate reality where Trina doesn't die?
I don't know what this is.
Neither do I mean...
This is freaking
died.
cool. This is Grace, isn't it? Oh, no.
Right?
I know that sound.
No. Oh my god, no.
Graham, oh Brian. You better tell me right now what's going on.
What the hell is this?
Universe were there. Light, matter, maths, and so on.
Every
but they couldn't
ingredient.
fit together properly because the solitract was there.
So what is the solitract?
A consciousness, an energy. Our reality cannot work with solitract energy present. The most basic ideas of the universe just get ruined.
Ooh.
Think of it like a kid with chickenpox. Nuclear chickenpox. Who wants
Nuke?
to join in, but always ends up infecting everyone else. Our universe cannot work with the
Every
solitract
single
in it.
thing.
Your gran
It's
told
like
you this is a
a
bedtime
kind of a
story.
virus.
Only when I had trouble sleeping. So, what does our universe do?
Sounds like you're doing fine without me.
I'm lost, Grace. I miss you. All my life I was looking for you, then I found you.
This is horrible.
I was so happy.
This is horrible. I
That makes two of us.
Then I lost you.
I'm here.
Yeah, I miss you so much. I miss you so much, Grace.
Graham,
Oh, man.
we're off. Now.
Fine, yeah. Come on, Grace.
Do something it hasn't dealt with before. Like reverse polarity or something.
What?
Yes, we can. You speak my language.
Okay, I'm shipping Phasma even further here, for fuck's sake. She's the only one, apart from the doctor, who said reverse the... Wow.
I think I'm good to go. Nice work, Doctor. Thank you, I do my best. Graham, Eric. So you built a world you thought we'd like, and taken forms we won't reject.
Oh.
Listen to her, love.
Don't take advantage of him. You're not Grace. The real Grace was a beautiful, smiling superstar. And you know what she was above all else? She was brave. And she'd be leading the charge through that mirror.
Oh my god. Oh! Whoa!
You're not my mum. Whatever you are,
Oh my God,
I hate
Hannah.
you. Now let
Hannah.
me out!
Oh my god. It's rejecting anyone who opposes.
Graham, Yaz and Hannah have shown us how to do this.
Ryan is
You have to
out there in
reject.
danger.
You have to reject.
and this
Oh my
place
god, this is
collapsing in.
heartbreaking.
Grace would never let me leave Ryan in danger.
I feel so.
You're a fake.
Oh.
I wish you weren't, but you are.
Oh, Grace.
What happened to her?
The soul attractor is a frog who talks like Grace.
My own form is endless, but this frog is a form that delights me, as it once delighted Grace.
There's me thinking the day had no more surprises left.
Now please, tell me of your...
You can see that it's still destabilizing. Me
Maybe
being
she's
here
too
is
much.
gonna kill us both. You may want us to be together, but it's not working. It can never work.
You're lying to me because you want to leave.
The maddest, most beautiful thing I've ever experienced, and I haven't even scratched the surface.
Oh my goodness.
I wish I could stay.
But it's not working.
But if either of us are gonna survive,
It's not
you're
working
gonna have
out.
to let me go and keep
You have to
on
break
being
up.
brilliant.
Of you out there without me.
Oh my goodness. That's kind of heartbreaking, but... Oh my goodness, it's kind of eerie with the front form. I'm just gonna close off before she even steps through. Okay. There we go. Well, enjoy your bad luck.
Well, at least we got each other, right? Granddad.
What did you just call me?
Why? You going deaf in your old age? Come on, TARDIS.
I'm done with this. I'm freaking done with this. Well, at least Graham didn't die, because... Okay, so that was... crazy and emotional, and I don't know where to feel with that. I mean, in some degree, there's a part of me, because you know how I talked about how people's like, oh my god, you gotta watch, and you can't, wait until it's on iPlayer and all of that. I don't know. I mean, apart from the Grace thing, I guess, I don't really, see how it should be overhyped, as if, the Daleks have exterminated the Doctor, like, if it was stolen Earth, for example. Because that would get you that would get, people be like, okay, you gotta watch it ASAP, no time to dilly around. I mean, it was greatly written, don't get me wrong, but I think there's, comments for me that over-exaggerate the episode, because for me, it sounded like they made it out to, I think it was one of the strongest. And then the frog bit kind of was getting me like, what? Now, here's the thing, that I really, really have about the episode, and, it's about this, the mirror world in total. And I think they should have done something, kind of like, God Complex, where it wasn't just, it faced, like, it even, got to the Doctor. And I think they should have done something rather than just, Graham and, Hannah, Eric in this case, should I say, because Hannah was like, ha, my insight skill is is OP, you're not my mother, so get out. Yeah, I think they should have done something more, I don't know, maybe, first of all, I think Yaz should have looked after Hannah, when, cause, there's no connection, and, Ryan's just basically letting off his emotions to Hannah, to why, her dad. So, not really the best idea. But, and that would be a good idea for Ryan to step into the Mirrorverse, I guess. You want to call it that? And, I'm only calling it that actually because it's like, oh, you step into the mirror, you go into this, safe zone, I think it was, and then on the other side you have, the other reality, I guess. So yeah, it would be a good opportunity. Well, I don't know, because this might get to Ryan as well. And he might be caught up in the emotion. That's why Yaz should have stuck behind. Someone who, Hannah could possibly respect. And I think, Ryan staying behind was a device for Hannah to just, knock him out because she wasn't comfortable with him to begin with, and then go off on her own venture, to the other universe. Yeah, the conscious universe. And, because I was thinking, it should really, try to, entice everyone, even the Doctor. And I think, maybe they could have done something with the Doctor. Even when, the Doctor was in, that white void with the frog, I thought that was when things started to go, okay, what? And, at some point I was like, I feel so bad for the Doctor because the Doctor's, really relating. But at the end of but it's a frog. It's a frog with the voice of Grace. Like, what the hell? So that was my main gripe. And I think it should have been, like, that moment probably could, like, with the Doctor offering to stay behind and all of that, I think that moment they should have used someone from the Doctor's past. Susan, for example, would be absolutely great, considering how there's been a few people who said, oh, Susan could come back, especially with the parallels we've got to Graham and Ryan, which we'll get onto in a moment, because my heart, at that final moment. Jenny, one of the past companions, potentially, I don't know Clara, because Clara was more 12, and this is the thing, 13's deviated away from that, but a companion, like, I don't know, some might say Rose, for example, because I know there's been people who are saying, Rose is going to return for, like, I've heard a lot of people say Rose is returning, like, for Series 12, and I'm like, because I've heard these rumours before, this is a annual rumour, because I've heard Rose returning in Series 11, I've heard her returning in Series 10, yeah, you get the idea, she's not returning, end of, and I don't want, her ending at Journey's End to be ruined whatsoever, so, yeah. But that's what something like that, like, it wasn't Rose per se in the Day of the Doctor, was it? It was, the Bad Wolf, wasn't it? So, yeah. But still, you could use a manifestation of a past companion, or something along those lines. Or, I don't know, maybe, it would be a bit of a, on the nose if it was like a past incarnation of the Doctor. And that's why I think Susan might be applicable, because, you've already got that parallel anyways with Ryan and Graham. So why not with Susan? And I think, that would entice the Doctor the most, being family and all of that. And we've already had that, grand relation talk, when, the Doctor commented about the story about, how the conscious, creature had to be, exiled to another universe for the universe to take form, because it was basically kind of like a virus. It was, I don't know, I wouldn't say a virus, I'd say more like a firewall, like it was, not allowing the universe to be what it is today, so they had to get rid of it, and then voila, we've got a universe. So yeah, maybe they could have done something like Susan, Jenny, I don't know. Something to entice the Doctor, because I think that would have been really, really great. Yes, Grace was emotional, but I think if you want to, stab deeper into the emotions, voila, you got Susan returning. So, and I think, or even River, where's River? Oh my God, that would be so epic as well, seeing River and 13 interact, or Captain Jack, as I heard those rumours as well, and here we go. And then people are going to be like, hey, isn't he supposed to be in Australia right now? No, in all seriousness, I did like, the majority of the thing, but I think, like I said, the, frog situation especially should have been changed, because that was, I don't know, I kind of felt lost in the emotion, because like I said, I felt sorry for the Doctor, especially, like, where she had to go, because she knew, like, even though I'm still here, this is still destabilizing. So you got to send me back to my own universe, unfortunately. But we'll still be friends, like friends forever. Think about each other and all of that. Like I said, I felt sorry for that moment, but I just couldn't get past the frog with the Grace voice, so it was like really eerie. And yeah, like I said, that's why I think, like, if it's basing, if it's basing its luring from memories or something like that, and I think it would have been even stronger, like, it would have been an even stronger scene, actually. It definitely would have, if it took a form of someone from the Doctor's past. Like, oh, I still have to go, and she's fighting. Whereas with this frog situation, I think it was a bit easier, and I would have loved something to challenge the Doctor. So, like, even though she has to go, something to challenge her, like Susan. So, yeah. Otherwise, I just really, really found it amazing. I found it a bit, I found the in-between sections, the cave situation, the barrier in between worlds, I guess, a really, really interesting. I don't know if you want to call it a side story, but it was a nice little, like, side thingy-mabob before crossing into the nitty-gritty, the conscious universe. And I thought, those flesh moths would have taken a bigger emphasis. They seem to be a danger into crossing over into the next world, so yeah. And I really, really loved, Ribbon? Who, like, and Graham's banter with him was just spot on. Graham throughout was absolutely legendary as well. And I think, this is the thing though, he's always, in my eyes, been my favourite of the three companions. He still is. But sometimes he just comes out with some right corkers, especially with the, comment about, how can you smell worse than you already did? Like, yeah, it was just really, really great stuff to see. And let's just talk about that scene, Ryan finally calling him Grandad. I mean, this is the thing though, BBC have done it again. They've spoiled something, cause they've announced, New Year's happening, and it's gonna feature, all four main stars. And a lot of us have been wondering, okay, Graham's probably gonna die. I mean, people could still say, Bradley was still being, credited, for the New Year special, could be like, Grace again, a hallucination. But I don't think it's going to come to that. Otherwise, it's going to be really, really cheap. Like, you still want to exploit this, and the only way it's going to be hallucination. So I think he's still going to survive, and be with the Doctor. So, because we all had those, I even had those death flags at the beginning, and especially the Grandad comment, which I said, he's probably going to call him that when he's going to die. And that's why I was like, well, at least he didn't die. But it was still emotional as well for Ryan to finally call him that, because that's what we've all wanted to hear. And here we go. Yeah, Ryan was being a bit of a dick in this episode as well. Like, no, I'm sorry, but he was. Like, when he was talking to Hannah and just quickly jump on the assumption that her dad's missing because he ran away, basing disappearing dad on his own issues. And it was like, and this is what I'm saying, like, he instantly jumped on that, bandwagon. And, it would have been, like I said, it's a plot device for Hannah to get into the, in between. It sounds like Stranger Things. It kind of looked like the Upside Down, like dark corridors. Really, really eerie creatures like flesh moths and that. Like, we already have to deal with moths, so flesh moths, no. But like I said, Ryan, I mean, I thought that was a bit cruel for him to come out with, that assumption. I mean, it might not be great with kids, but in general, that comment is a bit like of a pooper. Like, you could even say that to an adult, so, and it would still hurt badly, because he's basing, that issue, he was basing that issue, from his own, personal, problems. So, yeah. But I really, really, loved the entire episode. I thought, the story with Hannah being blind was heartbreaking as well. And, you know, it was really, really crappy for her dad to just leave, because this is the thing though, yeah, she might, you know, he might have his reasons, but at the end of the day, she is blind as well, and, you know, she needs that bit of support. Yes, she might be, you know, capable, but you never do that. You never do that. I mean, it's honestly heartbreaking. You felt so bad for Hannah throughout this episode. So, yeah, I really, really, you know, felt so bad for Hannah, but I really, really loved the fact that she, you know, instantly knew that that image of her mother wasn't her mother. It's like, you can't fool me. Yeah, honestly, I thought this was really, really great. Like I said, I think the overall story was pretty decent. It could have improved. And this is the thing with, you know, Doctor Who Series 11. You know, they might seem okay on paper, but, you know, if you want to really resonate with the story, I think there is more potential necessary. I think a lot of people were saying in the Sunandra conundrum, I can't say the name, but a lot of people were saying, you know, it would have been really, really fun if we had if the Patig was causing all of this issue and we didn't see the Patig for the majority of the episode. No, don't go dark on me. And then in the end, we finally see it. We don't see it through the episode, but one scene, we see it, and we're like, So, and this is the thing though, there could have been more potential to try and pull the Doctor, because like I said, I think the frog image with Grace is a really, really, easy way for the Doctor to escape. I mean, the Doctor knew she had to go, but I think there could have been more of a challenge for the Doctor to, you know, stay or go, like, because, you know, the Doctor is a hero, the Doctor's strong, but even the Doctor has that weakness, and I think the Doctor I think there could have been a challenge for the Doctor to stay behind. If there was to leave, should I say, if there was an image of someone from the Doctor's past, namely Susan, potentially, or River, or whoever, someone that is so close to the Doctor, someone that will always be in the Doctor's heart, like, that's what I'm saying, family. I mean, you could say companions, but family, I think with granddaughter, with River, with family, I think that, because this is the thing, the Doctor's always going to have companions, and it's always going to suck to see people like Donna go, Clara go, Ace, Lucy Miller, for those who don't know audio, everyone. It's always going to suck to see companions go, but it's not only going to affect the Doctor the most with, you know, family relations, but it's going to affect the viewers as well, especially if you bring Susan into the mix, because a lot of us would love to see Susan back. But yeah, that's only my 2 cents about it. I think there should have been a greater challenge for the Doctor, rather than, you know, making it easier for the Doctor to leave, saying, it's okay, we'll be friends. I think there could have been more of an emotional battle going on, because emotions were already running high through everyone else. And the Doctor might have been a bit hurt having to leave a friend behind. That's fair enough. But there could have been more. I'm cruel. I'm just wanting to evoke emotion from everyone. I'm like, you will all feel misery. But this is what I'm saying. I think it would have been stronger if everyone was feeling it. Everyone who encountered everyone who encountered, I can't even remember the, entity's name, but you get the idea. If everyone who encountered, an image of that consciousness, like, that tried to lure them into this universe, because it was so alone, if they were all a bit hurt, because it felt so real. Graham felt it. Even though he rejected Grace, he still felt it. And I'm sure Eric will. So yeah, everyone who was like kind of suckered in, because like I said, Hannah was like, my insight skill is like a natural 20, so boom. But overall, I thought this was really, really fun. It was very intriguing throughout the entire thing, especially like in between, because like I said, that was a bit of a side piece. Well, it was. It's basically a gateway to the main thing. But it was still really, really intriguing. And, you know, the whole, you know, Hannah being on her own kind of situation. Like, it felt really, really intriguing, but I did feel like the comments I said at the beginning felt it was a bit overhyped. So, yeah, because there's that missing potential. It's not as heaven sent as I imagined, but it was still epic, don't get me wrong. And, you know, it wasn't bad by any means. Just there's things that could have been improving and insane ideas that were utilised. So, yeah, but I'm really looking forward to seeing how they do cap things off. And a little bit of a comment, though. A part of me thought that, you know, this entity that the Doctor talked about, you know, the one that, you know, what we all know, the one I can't pronounce the name because I'm an idiot. I thought that was going to be an arc for some reason. Like, oh, are we probably going to deal with this for the next series for Jodie? Because there's this 5-year plan apparently. And I thought we were going to, like, this was going to be a build up to, you know, how dangerous this consciousness would be, which I think would be really, really epic, but doesn't matter. We've dealt with that with the frog race. So yeah. I thought the scenes though with Graham and Grace was absolutely heartbreaking as well. So yeah. But overall, I thought this was a really, really decent episode. And yeah, I can't wait to see how people thought about this episode. It was really bizarre, but it was really great as well. So yeah, one episode left of Doctor Who. I don't want it to go. But I will see you guys next time. If you guys enjoyed this reaction, you can check my videos on the right. If you want to check out more of my content, you can also subscribe to my Media Beats and channel if you want to. Hope you guys enjoyed this reaction. Hope you guys take care, and I will see you guys next time. Toodles!